Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about how to fail a readathon. I'm kidding, this is actually my April wrap up, but it may as well be a video about how to fail a readathon because I didn't do a readathon that was a weekend and I didn't read as much as I wanted, or a booktubeathon where I only read like 2 books. This was a month-long readathon, so I really should have read more than 1 book because I was so hyped. I'll leave my TBR video down below. I had so many hopes and I loved the challenges and I loved the Twitter and the community and everything. It was great, but I just didn't read a lot. But I did read a lot. So in the first week of the TBR, I wanted to finish off this book, Everything She Can See Now. What is this called? All That She Can See. I wanted to finish this book, All That She Can See by Carrie Fletcher. This is a very whimsical book about this woman who can like bake feelings into cakes, and she can see people's bad feelings, so she tries to like help them by giving them really nice cakes. And as you can see, I am still halfway through it. I did read an extra sort of 30 or 40 pages of this in the first week of April because I really wanted to finish it before the second week of the readathon. But it's just kind of slumping me. I heard that about halfway through it got really weird and kind of changed, and I got to that point and I can see what people mean. It just made me really lose motivation for it because the first half I did really like, and I think it could have been sort of wrapped up in a short story. Obviously I need to give it a chance and see how it ends, and I do still want to finish this. I will hopefully finish it in May or just kind of soon. I don't want to just leave it unread, but yeah, it kind of slumped me, which wasn't good. So then I thought I'd pick up a different book on my TBR so I didn't get too slumpy, so I picked up Legend by Mary Lou because I thought this is a super short book. It's like a 7-hour audiobook. I can definitely read this before the second week of the readathon, and I managed about 80 pages and that was it. And then after I read the book I'm going to talk about in a minute, I did read some more, so I'm currently on page 159 and it's okay. I mean, it's not a bad book. I quite like it. The characters are interesting. The world is kind of typical bland dystopia, like there's not a lot going on, and it's meant to be a Les Mis like retelling, which I cannot see in any way. I mean, in terms of basic character types maybe, but that's it. I can't really see anything else. So yeah, I will finish this as well, probably before the month is actually up, because I'm filming this on Saturday the 29th or something, so I do have near enough 4 whole days left of reading, and I have a long train journey later today, so I will probably finish this before the end of the month, and I'll wrap it up next month. But it's okay. I don't know, it didn't slump me, but it didn't excite me either. But then the main reason this readathon didn't go to plan is because I would not recommend choosing a 688 page book for a readathon, because no matter how excited you are to read it, it just is going to take up all of your time. So that is Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. Me and Amy decided to buddy read this month because we wanted to read this, read Tower of Dawn, and we all caught up for the last book coming out in October. And this book was actually like a 5-star read. I absolutely loved it. It didn't slump me in terms of it was bad, it was just because it's so flipping long. We said 50 pages a day, and within 2 or 3 days I was already so behind, and I did near enough catch up. Like I finished it on Monday, so we gave ourselves 2 weeks to read it, so I should have finished it by a Sunday night 2 weeks later, but I finished it on the Monday. So you know, I did catch up. It just slowed things down because it's so huge, and then I thought, oh well, I've still got a week left of April, I can read a lot, but I was kind of just like a bit tired out after reading this because it took so much time, and I was also so immersed in this, kind of struggling what to pick up next. So yeah, that is how you fail a readathon, is you choose a mammoth of a book that's part of a series that you're really invested in, and you play video games too much. That is how you fail a readathon. But anyway, to talk about this book in some more detail, well, I can't because it's like the 5th, 6th book in the series. I was so surprised that so many people don't rate this as highly as Queen of Shadows. I've heard that this book was kind of bad, so that sort of delayed me picking it up, and also it's because it's so massive. But I think I enjoyed this just as much as Queen of Shadows, if not more. It was honestly action-packed the entire way through. This is one of the best books in the series, I think. It was just action after action, but not too much, and you got so much character development, and the whole sort of big things happened in this book, like loose ends from kind of the first or second book are kind of being resolved in this one, and you're just getting such a bigger understanding of the grand scheme of the plot, and you can really tell it's gearing itself up to the finale of the series. And I loved all those sort of revelations. You got some flashbacks to some really important characters, which was so nice. Like I say, you got so much character development, like pretty much every character is so fleshed out and so interesting. And Amy told me that she's seen some criticism online that Sarah J Maas has too many like men in her books, but honestly all the best characters in this series are female. Every single female character is so fleshed out and kind of complicated. They all just have so much backstory, and it's actually the men I find more bland. They're all very like manly, stoic, blah, I'm a warrior, and that's kind of it for the men, whereas the female characters are so interesting. There's Lysandra in this, is so good, obviously Aileen herself, Manon, Elide, like they're all so good, and I'm so attached to all of them. Even Elide, who's kind of annoying, I love her to bits, and I'm so scared because she's so fragile and just bad things need to stop happening to her. But this book ended on such a cliffhanger as well, and I need the next book. I'm not that excited for Tower of Dawn though, because I'm so attached to these characters now after this book. I just want to stay with these. I don't want to like have to read a book that's this long and takes that much commitment when it's about Chaol and Nesrin. Like, I just don't care. I used to be such a Chaol fangirl but I'm sorry, Rowan has my heart and Dorian has my heart and just everyone apart from him. So I'm not in a rush to read that, but I do need to read it soon, because Amy pointed out like if the next book comes out in October and you need to read Tower of Dawn before then, and also having a bit of a break, so I might suggest to her like, does she want to buddy read it in July maybe, because then that's a good like couple of months away and I'm quite busy in June, so maybe July would be a good time. Then it'll be like August, September, and then it comes out in October. But anyway, if you have read this book and you're caught up with the series, let me know your thoughts on this book, because I'm really interested to have conversations on it. I think me and Amy are going to do like a theories video, hopefully like actually together. We're going to do a theories video for the last book, because we have a lot of ideas and stuff. We're going to talk about it this weekend, which will be really fun. We do need to read Tower of Dawn before that video though, probably, else it might answer a lot of our questions. So yeah, this book got 5 stars. It was absolutely amazing. It just wasn't ideal for a read-a-thon, and when I'm kind of behind on my booktube book goal thing. But one of my goals for the year was to catch up on this series, so I'm halfway through that thing now. I just had to stop recording for a second on my phone so that I could use a calculator to add up the page numbers, because even though I have an A level in maths, can't do maths. So across these 3 books, 2 of them unfinished and then Empire of Storms, I read 888 pages, which I'm quite happy about. I mean, my monthly goal is 1,000, so regardless of Empire of Storms taking up a lot of time, I did have a pretty weak reading month. Like, there was 2 whole other weeks that I wasn't reading Empire of Storms where I could have been reading more than I did. But you know, sometimes you have a slow reading month. I think May is going to be a lot better, because I have no reasons. I hope it's going to be better. I have a big TBR for lots of short little books, so I think that'll help me not get slumpy. Let me know down below how your April reading went, and if you took part in the Lost Library-a-thon, our Lost Library-a-thon, I always forget the proper name. Let me know down below how you did, because I'd love to know. I had so much fun taking part in the Twitter discussions and everything, so I really hope everyone had a really good time of the Read-A-Thon. I did too, it was great. I just didn't read very much. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!